Hi. So today I'd like to talk about resawing wood, and I do this a lot. A lot of the wood that I buy as lumber, sometimes in odd-sized pieces like this. This is a piece of African ebony, and I bought this a long time ago, and I'm just now getting to the point of resawing it. This is kind of how I get it. It's plastered in wax, paraffin, and then it's set to sit there for years, hopefully not absorbing any moisture. But of course, one of the problems is it doesn't give out any moisture either, so you hope it's dry when you get it, and then you sit on it for 10 years or so like I have, and then cut it up and wait for the surprises. I'm going to set this up, and I'm going to run through truing this initially on the bottom face, cutting it to a reasonable size. That'll give me a block of extra, and then resaw it. Okay, so it's always surprising to open up a piece of wood and see what you actually got. It's actually, after so many years of just having it sit on the shelf. Now this is an interesting piece of wood. To begin with, it's slab sawn, which is not good. You can see the lines there, the green lines coming across. Really a dead giveaway for slab sawn. The other thing is there's 2 knots in it, here and here. So not a great piece of ebony as far as making a high quality instrument out of it. But I'll go ahead and keep using this, and we'll go ahead and cut it up, and then it'll be what it is, second grade ebony. Quick little commentary on how I set this up. Notice that I've got this down real close to the wood, and I have a low fence here that I made years ago, and it's just a block of wood connected to the same thing that the aluminum fence was connected to, but it's quite a bit lower. And in this case, I don't need much more than this. In fact, I don't need anything more than that. Probably even come down a little further. There, I can turn on a light even. And now we're going to make some noise.
Okay, so I finished cutting that block of ebony. This is the piece I have left over. It's pretty much from the center, since I cut from each side. And this could be used for something. Probably not a fretboard, but something. So what I got was 4 from each side of the cut. We do see that this knot down at the end goes through pretty much all of the pieces. And on the more quartered pieces, there's just a little bit of it coming through there. None of it on this one or this one. These are nice. You can see the medullary rays across there showing that these are in fact beautifully quarter sawn. So those are primo pieces. This one's not bad. You can put a fretboard across there. We're not going to get that at all. So for 3 of them, the knot's not an issue. For 5 of them, it's there. We'll have to see once I actually get things going if that's really an issue. It's put that there. Shows up on 6 of them, doesn't show up at all on 2 of them. So we know which ones are the primo pieces. These probably can be dealt with one way or the other. This is actually, if we look at this, the board is quite a bit bigger than, say, that right there. That's a 50 millimeter piece up there, and that fret or that knot is right on the edge here, pretty much not there when you get right down to it. So it actually looks pretty good. The knot will be able to be dealt with. Of course, you can just move this whole thing over and get rid of that knot altogether. So really not a problem. It just depends on where you cut your fretboard. There's no reason to have that knot anywhere in sight. So 8 pretty decent fretboards, two excellent, and the rest of them really quite good. I'd actually say 3 excellent, since the knot's way over on this side. It's not going to impact that at all. It's quite possible that the same will apply here. Yep, because if we knock this down here, that's off the edge of the fretboard, off the end. So realistically, that being the case, even on the worst ones, it's up above the nut. So that particular knot, not a problem. Unfortunately, for these others, can't say that at all. Those knots are pretty prominent. Nice little round circles around them just to point them out. So again, these are going in for neck support, and these are going to go into some nice guitars after they adjust. One thing I will mention is that with all of these, since they were completely sealed in paraffin, they are now experiencing real air and humid conditions other than what they were sealed up in for the first time in many, many years. I don't remember how many years ago it was I bought these, but they're going to have to adjust a little bit. So I'm going to be stickering these with some clamps, make sure they stay flat, and give them several months in that state before I even consider using them. Probably more like a year. So one of those issues in doing resawing is you don't really know what the conditions were it was sealed in, and it's important to make sure that it acclimates to your shop or your house, whatever it is. I'm looking at 40% humidity in here at about 70 degrees. That's what it stays all year long. And so when I build a guitar, it's stable.